two, one.
Hey, what's up, players? WWE Hall of Famer Teddy Long. And when I won my Cardinal news, one Cardinal, one club, and one beer, I listened to Vince and Jason, and they know they better do right, or it's either one-on-one with The Undertaker.
Hello, and welcome to our next episode. I think this is 154.
154.
154 of One Cardinal, One Cup, and One Beer. This is the spooky Halloween edition.
Ooh, scary.
As you can see, JJ is dressed like Jeff Lynne, a VLO, who went to a Kansas City Royals game. I mean, you look just like Jeff Lynne. I mean,
Oh, wow. He's went downhill quick.
Jeff Lynne, what is he, about 6'3"? I mean, you look just like him. I mean,
Yeah, he
really.
had the beard and the hair.
Yeah. And I am dressed up as Craig Counsell. Okay. He's very stoic.
Yes.
Well, let's get the housekeeping out of the way. Those of you who are watching this on the YouTube channel, please make sure that you subscribe to this, like it, and invite your friends. Say, hey, man, I got this really cool podcast. They've been doing it for 3 years, and they're finally starting to figure it out. You should listen to them. That would be so awesome. If you are on Facebook, please follow us on Facebook. Not follow us. You follow on some other thing. Like us on Facebook. And if you'd like to contact us, you can contact us through any of our platforms. Send us a direct message. You can message us through Facebook. Or you can just do the old-fashioned email, onecard1cup1beer@gmail.com. For those of you who would like to support our efforts with a small little financial donation of $3, $5, or $10 a month, go to patreon.com. In the search bar, just type in One Cardinal, One Cup, and One Beer and say to yourself, I really want to support this podcast. And your support is greatly appreciated. JJ, how are you doing?
Well, it's been crazy. It's the best of both worlds. I'll give the bad news first. We've had some plumbing issues. We got a lot of work's going to be done. We got a new water heater, a new water softener, getting a new sink, and we're going to have all the plumbing underneath the sink, all new stuff put in. So that's a headache, but it needed to be done. And right now, showering down at the in-laws' house. So that's what's happening there. Also,
Hey, at least you're showering.
Yes. Yeah.
Hygiene is
Need it or
important.
not. That's right. And they found out today. Well, I don't know if I should. Anyway, she's an RN. She's exposed to a lot of things and different people and everything. Works 2 jobs, and she might not want me telling this, but she's got COVID. So I got tested today. Got a headache. That's about it. So we'll see. But anyway, she's isolated in a different part of the house. So that's kind of the bad stuff going on. But good things. I found a couple of shows I want to recommend. There's always that's what me and my friends do. We go through life, we collect these things going, hey, check this out. I was down in Gatlinburg and my friends said, what's your favorite song by this band and this band? And I played them Right On by AC/DC, Right On. He never heard it. He goes, that's AC/DC? Oh, that's great. So that's kind of what we do. Hey, you got to check this movie out or check out this new group or whatever. So here's 2 shows I got for everybody. On Hulu, there's a show called Chad Powers. And it's basically a skit that Eli Manning did where he dressed up and went out for a college team. And he messed up on purpose at first. And then he started drilling the ball in there. And these kids were like, who the heck is this? And he was in disguise with long hair and everything. So they made a little TV show out of this. And it's really good. The guy from Top Gun, the new Top Gun, who's the cool, good looking guy, who's also in Twister. Anyway, he's a real good guy. He's a Texan. And he is a jerk at the beginning and drops the ball on the 1-yard line and costs Oregon, the team he plays for, the championship. And it just goes downhill from there. He's on Dancing with the Stars. It just gets worse and worse and worse. And finally, he hears that this little college in, I believe it's Texas, is having tryouts. And he goes in there dressed up, different voice, everything, and he makes the team. And it's pretty cool. It's got a good cast. Steve Zahn is the coach of the team. I love Steve Zahn. It's six episodes. I don't know if it's going to be a yearly thing or just a a one-time thing or not, but if you got a chance, watch it. It's really good and riveting. And tonight is the final episode of the year for this, and it's a lot of twists and turns happening right now. Also, there's a documentary on John Candy. You love John Candy.
I saw that this week. Me and Kathy watched it.
What'd you think?
Great.
It was
Just
great.
made you. I know he put out a lot of bad movies because he put out a ton of movies,
He did.
but his good ones were so good. And I just loved how his all the people he worked with at Second City TV or Second City Improv Group before they went on TV, because he worked with everybody from Gilda Radner to Bill Murray, all the way up to when they finally got Second City on television. You know, and he's there with Rick Moranis and Dave Thomas and Eugene Levy. Just the people who interviewed who took part in that documentary all had such wonderful things to say about him.
Macaulay Culkin was talking about him because they did Uncle Buck together.
Yeah,
and he was saying how people identify Molly Ringwald or him with John Hughes movies, but he says it should be John Candy. They did 9 movies together. I guess I was unaware some of those were John Hughes movies. And of course, if he grew up in the 80s, John Hughes movies were everywhere and they were all really good, but John Candy was in a lot of those, and they had become really good friends. And man, that was just really good. So I think it's called I Like Me is the title, and it's a must watch for anyone who likes comedy or who doesn't like John Candy. I love to see TV, and even in his movies that weren't real good, he was always good in them. So anyway, those are my 2 recommendations right
now,
there.
His best movies where he I'm not talking about like JFK and Home Alone where he just had small parts, but his best movie is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. That's what people think is the best movie. The movie I laughed at the most, though, of any of his movies was The Great Outdoors. I specifically remember what theater I was sitting in Kansas City. Did not know much about this movie, just John Candy and Dan Aykroyd. How can I go wrong? And I laughed the whole movie from beginning to end.
For me, it might be Splash because he's the playboy brother and he's playing handball and he's smoking and he's holding his heart. And that's John Candy to me, like a Johnny LaRue kind of thing he was doing there. And that was Ron Howard makes such good movies too. And that was a good cast with him and Tom Hanks together.
Yeah. And of course, he's great in Spaceballs.
Yes.
But I felt sorry because they showed clips from so many interviews, and everybody who interviewed him had to ask him about his size.
I know.
And his wife was like, he just kept answering it, you know?
Yeah.
There'd be a time where I would just like go all Jim Everett on him and throw the table over.
That's a great reference right there. The Go Jim Everett. That's true. Conan O'Brien invited him to Harvard to speak, and he's supposed to and he was told you keep him. He can only eat these kinds of food. And they stopped at some donut place, and he got like 8 donuts, and he goes, "Well, they're special donuts. These are the other kind that I can have, you know." And so, Conan laughs and everything, but he said he was exactly who you wanted him to be. He was just great.
Yeah. Oh, that was awesome. Oh, well, JJ, we are starting the 15th of November. We have 5 straight weekends of craft shows. And if anybody would like to see what we do in the area, on the 15th, we'll be at Herculaneum High School. Okay. Now, generally, what we have done the past years is we have done cat-themed stuff with our business, My Cat Habitat. Well, we haven't been doing that, and we decided we would try something different. So we're going to go, we're rebranding as Nostalgia Nook, and we're doing like the albums that I've showed on here and the mini posters. I'm also show you a couple of these. I got these that I'm gonna frame. I got some horror stuff, and I'm gonna try to get some other movie stuff. Um, and have some stuff with inspirational sayings and stuff like that. But it's a different kind of setup than what we've ever done. So Herculaneum is just a 1 day, 4 or 5 hour show. So it's close to us, so we can see how our new setup is going to be because we're doing walls this time instead of tables, and because everything we do basically hangs. Um, so if you want to catch that, it's Herculaneum High School, the 15th of November from 9 until 1, I believe. And if you like crafting, across the street at the new AMVETS in Herculaneum, they're also having a craft show simultaneously. So there'll be a lot of stuff to look at. So,
All right. I'm gonna try to make it. I'm gonna try. I'll bring Brody. We'll try to stop by.
all right. The one we do every year in Lindbergh, that's a huge one. That'll be the next weekend. And then, gosh, where else are we going? Sunset Hills. Yeah, Lindbergh, then Sunset Hills on the 29th. The 6th of December will be at Immaculate Conception Church in Columbia. We've done that one a few times. We kind of like that one. So even though it's just a 1 day event, we kind of like that. And then on the 13th, we're doing one in Shrewsbury. So um, that will be our holiday craft thing. And
All
we haven't
right.
done much in the spring, but I'm thinking that if we have a good season, uh, then I'll probably set some up in the spring. But man, I'm spending every waking hour either working or putting stuff together. And the way my limited space is, my table saw I have outside, I can't use it when it rains. So the last few days it's been,
Yeah.
I wish it would stop raining so I could do some things. But
I think tomorrow's the big rain for us. Tomorrow.
yeah, tomorrow's supposed to rain all day, and then Thursday, Friday's supposed to be sunny. So what are you doing for Halloween?
I don't think anything. I'm working Friday. I come in and I get in before the trick or treaters come in, and I walk and watch movies all night. And we don't, when we were kids, people went door to door. I hit the trailer parks so I could hit more houses and have my whole, pillowcase with me. But now people go to the town square. All the businesses are there, and the kid trunk or treats, or churches have events. So the kids ain't out on the streets, because a lot of them don't dress real bright, and it's a little dangerous, especially in a small town like Potosi. So they're out there, it's well lit, and all the kids are there. I mean, 20 minutes before it gets dark, my mom used to make us go out and go out and start trick-or-treating. I said, Mom, it's not dark yet. Or she'd make you wear a coat over your Halloween costume. Like, what the heck? Come on, get with it. So anyway, but I probably won't have any trick-or-treaters here. We'll just probably be home, watch some movies. Faith's not feeling real good right now, and I'll probably get something to eat and bring it home to her.
Yeah. What's your favorite Halloween movie to watch?
Ooh, there's one that scares me. I don't
Give me three.
Three. Okay, one of my top four movies ever is Psycho. That movie, it disturbs me because the villain that doesn't look, he's not big and powerful. And the first time I seen it, just like, oh my gosh, it just threw me for a loop. And there's a scene at the end where Hopkins is just sitting there, and he's going back from him to his mother's voice, and just to this day it still kind of freaks me out. So I'll say Psycho, the Salem's Lot with David Soul. It was a TV movie.
Yeah.
But Vince, that movie where the kid got bit and he's up there scratching on the window, freaked me out. And I think Lance Kerwin is the kid, kid, David, working with David Soul. And my other horror movie, well, one that freaks me out to this day is the one with Karen Black, Trilogy of Terror.
Trilogy of Terror, awesome.
With the doll. And she throws it in the microwave, it's biting her, she hides in the closet, it's scraping the bottom of the door. That's wild stuff.
Yeah.
What's some of your favorites?
This is going to sound weird. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch.
Oh, the mask one.
I love that. I
Okay.
even even when I went to go see it in the theater when I was in high school, I took a date with me, and I loved it. She hated it. And people universally hated it because they thought it was going to be Michael Myers, but it's something completely different.
Yes.
So that's on there. Another Carpenter, The Thing, is just
Oh,
wonderful. But
that's
my
good.
all-time favorite horror movie is Ghost Story. Have you seen that? Came out in 81, I think.
Maybe on a free HBO weekend, I might have seen it, but I don't recall it right now.
It's got Fred Astaire, John Houseman, Melvin Douglas, and Douglas Fairbanks Jr. when they're old when they made this movie.
Is there a girl in the middle of the road that they hit in the
Yes,
car?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, it's a great movie, but it wasn't well received when it came out because it came out right when all the slashers hit. So here's this classic horror film that has a slow build to it that you have to pay attention to the story, and there's not really any gore to it or anything. But that's my all-time favorite.
Good.
I love that one.
I forgot about that one. That's a good one, Vince.
Yeah. So I want to tell you this. Besides the World Series, there's really nothing going on in baseball, so we got a little bit of time to talk. Now, today I turned on the TV. I sometimes have the TV going while I'm doing some of my stuff here because there are stuff that I do at this bench, small stuff, like putting like hangers on pictures and stuff like that. So I turned on the TV to see what was on, and I saw on the Ocho, ESPN 8. Yes, there is an ESPN 8 called the
Okay.
Ocho. It's a real channel. Um, they had today the 2020 National Mullet Competition, and it was hilarious. I'm not trying to be mean or anything, but they all look like, and I can say this because I come from white trash, they look like the trashiest white trash you would ever see. I mean, this is like Kid Rock explodes, man. I mean, everybody with these, and they're all wearing like tattered American
I feed
flag
it. Yeah.
shirts, sleeveless tank tops, rock bands. It was so, I mean, they really leaned into the mullet wearing culture, and it was hilarious.
Now,
And
was it just pictures, or did they
oh
actually
no,
come
no,
out?
it was a competition. They come out, they introduced
Oh,
them. Two of them were named Randy, and I told Kathy because I texted Kathy, you got to come to my office real quick and see this because not trying to be mean, but her and her cousin used to used to do like mullet reports. They would like
oh,
sneak pictures of mullets they saw of people and send them to each other. So anyway, so she came down here, and they were down to the 10 finalists, and they had two Randys. Yep, Randy. That's the name of a guy who would wear a mullet. So it's pretty
I knew
cool.
a few Randys. Now, did they have judges, like celebrity
Oh yeah,
judges?
yeah, yeah. They had
Oh,
judges and everything. Yep.
okay. Well, that's pretty cool. I hope they do it again.
Well, this was from 2020. I mean, it was a repeat. It looked like it was in the basement of a bingo hall. They just had an ESPN plastic banner put up on the wall. I mean, it was like so funny.
That is cool. That sounds like a movie they would do or something.
Oh gosh, yeah. I mean, they were leaning into the whole stereotype of it. Oh, I guess we should talk about baseball. Uh, I thought this was weird. The Giants have hired Tony Vitello to manage their team. And if you've never heard of him, welcome to the club. He has absolutely no Major League Baseball experience. He has been the head coach of the Tennessee Volunteers for about the past 11 years. And he took them from a doormat in the SEC to a national championship. And he has a 722 winning percentage at Tennessee. I would be so nervous to
Oh
hire
yeah.
someone. because like Pat Murphy, he did spend time in the big leagues as a coach, even though he made his name as the Notre Dame head baseball coach. But man, this guy probably has barely been into a major league clubhouse, let alone a minor league clubhouse. And you're going to manage these people. And I'm thinking, if you don't have a track record at all, are these players going to respect you? I don't know. Um, what are your thoughts on him?
Well, I heard him talking about him a lot because the Cardinals drafted their first and third pick of this draft was from Tennessee, and he came on and talked about the two pitchers we got and how respectful and they pitched in big games and came through, and he's a very good. Just very good at expressing his feelings and talking, good communicator. He's got a St. Louis connection because he went to DeSmet and played at Mizzou. And one of his best friends is Max Scherzer because they played together at Mizzou. So he went into coaching and he coached around. Then he went to Tennessee and had huge success. And Buster Posey is the general manager there. And of course, he's a legend in Giant history. And they made this choice to bring him in. And I think Buster's going to walk around and be right there with him because, you know, people listen to Buster. And I wouldn't be surprised if Max Scherzer, because I know he wants to play another year, comes there and it's sort of like a, you know, between him and the players, like, hey, this guy, I'll go to bat for him, you know. So, and they need pitching. So I'm not saying Max is going to the Giants, but it does seem like a perfect fit for them. Now, like you said, Vince, I would be very worried because this is the first player to do this, our manager to do this in baseball. You see it all the time in football. A guy goes up the ranks and does very good in college, and he goes right over to the pros and is the head coach. Or basketball, you see that all the time, but never baseball. So if he fails, this could really set back those coaches where they might have to go back and go through the minors or be a bench coach or something like that. But if he's successful, this could open the door for a lot of those other college coaches. And he was very comfortable in Tennessee, made a very nice living. He had the ball rolling where players were coming down there to play. So for him to go to the Giants is kind of a little of a surprise. But, you know, I think everybody who's good at what they do want to play at the very highest level and or do what they do at the highest level. So it's not that surprising, but I'll be watching him, and I hope the fans give him a little leeway. And coaching men 22 and over who make $12 million a year is different than coaching these young kids, and they get paid too, but 18 to 22, it's just completely different. So I'll be very interested to see what happens, and I think a lot of extra pressure will be on him.
Well, I'll be pulling for him. I do want him to succeed. But I don't have any skin in the game with the Giants.
Right.
And if the Cubs made this move, I'd be thinking, I don't like this. I don't like this. And I don't know why, because we've seen plenty of managers come in to different teams that, you know, lay an egg. So it can happen to anybody. The Orioles hired Craig Alberson as their manager, and I also found this interesting. He has coached at a lot of levels. Most recently, he's been on the Cleveland staff. But as far as being a manager, he's only had a stint in Single A in 17 and 18. So I'm like, all right, well, he's not managed before, but we'll see. He does have, you know, a much more professional track record than Vitello does, but teams are thinking outside the box. They're not just recycling, you know. Who's the guy who seems like he's always there's a few of these managers that seem
Buck Showalter. He does so good.
Showalter, that's what I was thinking.
He builds up the team, and it seems like he's got them going, and then all of a sudden they just decide to go a different direction. And he's built this really good organization. It seems like everywhere he goes, he gets them pointed in the right direction, but for some reason they don't keep him around. Vince, I was wondering if these general managers kind of want somebody, a new guy, they can kind of, you're going to do it like the way I want you to do it. Because somebody like Joe Madden and Tony La Russa and Joe Torre, I mean, they're older guys, but, they're going to do it the way they want to do it. They'll work with you, but you get these young guys, maybe, okay, we're going to go do this. And you want somebody who, can, because nowadays you're talking before the game, you're talking sometimes during the game, and then after the game. A lot of press is done. You want somebody who can really be even keel and handle all the questions. So I thought maybe it's somebody they can, I don't want to say manipulate, but I'm saying manipulate.
Yeah, if you when you read Moneyball, I think it was Art Howe was the manager of the A's, or maybe Ken Maka. I don't remember which one, but even how you stood in the dugout, Billy Bean dictated this is how you'll be in the dugout. It's you're very much micromanaged in we used to be Oakland, the traveling Mulberry team, I guess I'm calling it nowadays.
That's true.
Until they
That's
land a
true.
home. So I just thought that they're two interesting hires. So there's no obituaries, so that's good. You got any news going on?
Yeah, Rob Manfred is getting. I read an article. He's increasingly confident the MLB players will play in the 2028 Olympics, and I don't know how I feel about that. It's great. I don't know. I used to think it was amateurs, but then some of the other countries they pay their athletes to go in there and play. I I like it for the fact, like the dream team in basketball. Of course, we don't dominate like we once did in all these other sports that were predominantly American sports. The world's caught up with us in a lot of these. But for me as a baseball fan, if I know the players and I know the names, I will have more interest in the game. So I'm okay with that. 2028 LA, and it's in LA too, the LA Olympics. What do you think about the pro players playing in the Olympics? Because we got the World Baseball Classic. That sort
Yeah,
of be like this.
that's the first thing that came to my mind. Why do we need that? We have the World Baseball Classic, which has become a big deal
Oh
globally.
yeah, yeah.
Um, the Olympics are played August and September usually. Um, you're gonna
Man.
interrupt the season for a week and a half, right there. I don't think any baseball fans want this. I'm just fine sending our college players
Yeah.
and minor league players to compete, but I like the World Baseball Classic. Um, I probably would be so ticked off that they've interrupted the season. I just would not watch the Olympics out of spite. I haven't watched the Olympics for years anyway, so who cares?
I like the gymnastics. I'm really just amazed at how they do what they do. And boxing. That's about the two things I really like in the Olympics, and that's about it, to be honest with you. So I don't really watch it either.
I like the Winter Olympics when they have the skating and one of the skaters hires a goon to beat the other one in the knee. That's what I really like about the Olympics.
You like the drama, the
Yeah,
drama of the Olympics. Yeah,
that's
that's what they
that's
used to
going
say.
back a few decades. So, oh, I I I love the World Baseball Classic. I will watch that. I will not watch the Olympics.
Yeah,
That,
I'm with you, Vince. I'm with you
but
too.
my thought was also this. Really, Rob, we have a work stoppage that's looming after next year, and this is what you're talking about.
You're right. You're right. I saw the article and I was like, oh, I didn't know they were going to go back to that. And how are they going to squeeze all this in there? Uh, I don't know if they're going to get paid to play. Of course, you want to play for your country, but like you said, the World Baseball Classic. There's so much. I love the Dominicans and the Cubans and all. I mean, just all the different countries and the Japanese and the Taiwan. I just love that. And they got the flags out there and the thunder sticks, and it's just exciting, to
Yeah,
see. And I think it's growing.
and some of these teams that baseball isn't really a sport, like Great Britain, you got some guy who last week was a plumber and this week he's playing in the World Baseball Classic. It's just kind of cool.
Yeah, out of nowhere. That's
Yeah,
true.
I enjoy it. So
Well, Vince, they have a fielding Bible awards, and I'm not sure. I think different people vote on it, or is this is just strictly statistics? But they announced the winners, and I don't know. I don't have the stats in front of me, but the Atlanta first baseman got it for first base. Second base was Nico Horner from the Cubs. Third base was Hayes from now was with Pittsburgh, now with Cincinnati. Mookie Betts at shortstop. Quan and left field. Not PCA in center. It's the Boston outfielder Rafaela. Tatis and right. Bailey, the catcher from the Giants, and Freed, the pitcher. And the player of the year defensively is Bailey, the catcher from the Giants, and the team is the Chicago Cubs. Now, last year, I know Mason Wynn got it for shortstop, but then he didn't get the gold glove. So I don't know how they do it, but it's neat to see your players or players you like celebrated. But that's the first one of the first awards they've had this year so far.
I know the fielding Bible is almost exclusively based upon the analytics. Um, they really outs above average is really a one of their big things, and that's how the center fielder wanted. He was better as far as you know than PCA. Um, and the giant catcher, yeah,
He's pretty good.
he
Yeah.
shut he shut down our running game. I forget it. Just don't try to run on this guy. That so
I
uh,
thought that Bart was going to be their catcher of the future, and then they ended traded him to the Pirates, and then this guy came up, and you're like, oh, now I understand why this guy is like another level.
yeah, yeah. Um uh this is what I'll say about the Cubs because they said that they won the team fielding Bible award. And by the way, this is an award that comes straight from God,
Yes,
the Judeo-Christian God. Allah does his own thing. Um, Vishnu does his own thing. So
there's a lot of awards out there.
yeah. So anyway, of the regular, and I'm not counting pitchers at this time because pitchers rotate. But of the 8 regular starters that we had, only one of them had a negative outs above average. Can you guess which player on the Cubs had a negative outs above average?
Um,
I'll give you a hint. He's won a Gold Glove.
it's not Tucker, is it?
It's Tucker. Yeah.
Really? I was thinking Tucker because that second half he fell off, and I thought, but
Oh,
he's been so
he was
good.
he was a terrible fielder the whole year. I was like I mean I've said it on here before. He doesn't like walls. He doesn't like other outfielders. If the ball is hit to him and no one else is going to be near him or a wall's not going to be near him, yeah, he'll catch it. The boy going back on a ball that's going to be close to the wall, he slows down, he gets alligator arms. He does the same thing when he's going for a foul ball. I don't think I've ever seen an outfielder as skittish as he is. And they even brought it up once during a podcast. Maybe he's trying to, or telecast actually. Maybe he's trying to protect his investment, his body. Um, but Suzuki, I was more comfortable with him in right field than I was Tucker. I was, man,
I think Suzuki's so good fundamentally. He always positions himself, goes back, catches the ball, come out running. Bader was always good at that too. But I just think just technically, Suzuki is so good, cutting the ball off, throwing to the right guy. staying with his head in the game. We've
Suzuki's issue is that he will have, and he didn't this year because he didn't play regularly in the outfield till basically September. But a couple times during the year, and it's always at big times, he'll drop a fly ball. Something weird will happen, and that's why were comfortable putting him at DH. But after watching Tucker, I thought, hey,
out
don't
there.
get better than Suzuki, and I don't know how I want to go Glove. But anyway, it is what it is. By the way, Tucker projections are 10 years, 400 million. Cubs aren't going there.
No,
we saw, we've seen the good Tucker, we've seen the bad Tucker. So, and I don't think
400 million. That seems like that just, man, I just don't see. That's crazy money
the
right
rumor
there.
is that the Dodgers want him, so they'll pay him. And
Yeah.
what are you going to do? But I would not give him a 10-year contract of $400 million if I'm the Cubs. Especially being we've got candidates we could trade for outfield. We've got some money. We can put Suzuki in right. We can maybe bring Schwarber back. There's that rumor floating out there.
Heard that.
So I'm just by Tucker. I mean, I'd like to have him. If you're talking about a 5-year deal, 6-year deal, something like that, I could do that. But 10 years, no way.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Unless you're, I don't, and it's got to be like somebody like Soto. He got the big money, and he's so young still. I didn't realize he was as young as he is. 400 million. That's a long investment. Watch something happens. But anyway, the Silver Slugger Awards, they announced the finalists in that. And the National League team, they give a team award, which I did not know they give that for the Silver Slugger. In the National League, Arizona, the Cubs, and the Dodgers. And I can't argue. Arizona kind of surprises me, but of course, I don't have the stats in front of me, but I see the Cubs and the Dodgers being up there. And the American League, the Yankees, the Mariners, and the Blue Jays, and all those teams that were big playoff teams. The Cubs have 3 guys up for the Silver Slugger this year. It's Nico Horner seems to be up for all the awards, PCA and Tucker. The Cardinals have 2 in the utility category, Burleson and Donovan, and there's 3 people nominated. Hopefully the Cardinals get one. It'd be nice to have some sort of award for our team. And I've seen the Dodgers had 5 and the Brewers 3. So I kind of keep track of some of the teams and how they're doing and everything. So that'd be nice. I'd like to see at least a couple Cardinals get an award this year. Be nice because Burleson really stepped up his game this year, and Donovan, him and Contreras might have been the captains of the team for the Cardinals. Herrera too.
I would have. I thought Michael Busch got snubbed on this. The Braves first baseman Olson, he had better numbers than him, and Olson was hurt. Spent some time on the IL, so
Right.
I didn't know why Michael Busch wasn't on there. 34 home runs, and then he hit another 5 home runs in the playoffs. And I know the playoffs aren't what they go on, but 34 home runs. I think he had like 100 RBIs. Just fantastic hitter. I'm thinking, well, I thought he got snubbed for Golden Glove consideration. I think he's gotten snubbed for this. So
Maybe that'll fuel him for next year. He'll come out and say, "I'll show you people."
Next year.
Yeah. One of the other ones, Vince, probably before we get to the playoffs and the World Series, is Mookie Betts won the Roberto Clemente Award, and I love Mookie. Mookie's got a podcast, fellow podcaster there, and it's really good. He gets a player like Brandon Webb and sits and talks with him for half an hour, and it's very engaging. And I'm into it when he's talking to him, and they talk fun stuff, intricate things of the game when they face each other, that kind of thing, and it's really good. And Mookie has done a lot of things. I think L.A. and I think he does a lot of things in Nashville. Those are the 2 cities he has a lot of charity work go to, and people. There was a piece written where Mookie and his wife do some things that they don't get a TV crew to follow him around. They feed a lot of the homeless people. They go down and deliver things, and they're not doing it for, hey, look at me. They're just doing it because they're good people. And Mookie Betts, I tell you what, there's so many. The game's in a good spot right now. You got him. He's the fourth Dodger that's won the Roberto Clemente Award. Justin Turner in 2022, Clayton Kershaw in 2012, and Steve Garvey in 1981. And Hall of Fame player, Hall of Fame person. He's only 33 years old. You think of him being a lot older because his name's been in the, you hear his name for so many years. Just another award for him, and I think this is one of the higher ones. This is what it's all about, just being a good person. And but an MVP, 8-time All-Star, 3-time, maybe 4-time world champion, Vince, 6 Gold Gloves, 7 Silver Slugger, a batting title already at 33. He's got a 75.1 WAR, and in 12 seasons. So,
and a great bowler.
And yes, it ain't fair. And he's a good-looking guy, Vince. He's got everything going for him, and yeah, take that, Mookie Betts. He plays and he'll switch positions. He's an all-star right fielder, Gold Glover, and now he's playing Gold Glove shortstop and second base, and he'll go wherever you need him to go and do whatever you want to. And I think we'll get to the playoffs here, or the World Series here in a little bit. But man, salute to you, Mookie Betts. What a great player.
Yeah, I've come to a point in my life where I don't like good-looking men anymore.
I'm sick of them.
Yeah, I've seen enough of them.
Yeah.
You're talking about being charitable and doing stuff that nobody knows. I was listening to an interview with Sammy Hagar this week on a podcast.
I love Sammy.
Sammy has made tons of money, most of it not music related. He made a bunch of money off of his tequila, which I don't know who bought it, but it was hundreds of millions of dollars he sold it for. He's got apartment complexes that he owns. He's an entrepreneur. But the interviewer was kind of pressing him, and he was saying, how he funds a lot of soup kitchens and stuff like that. And not only does he fund them, he goes to work there. They'll be sitting there, and all of a sudden showing up that day to help serve and cook is Sammy Hagar. And he no cameras, anything, doesn't want that. But and he made a statement. He said, what good is it to have a lot of money if you're not going to give it away and make people happy? And I thought, oh gosh, yeah, right. He said, when I feed someone and I know that that's a meal that they really need, I feel great. They feel great. It's awesome. And I wish more people were just that giving,
Maybe there are, and we just don't hear about it. But Sammy,
there's just not a whole lot of people with that kind of money who are that giving.
And Sammy he wasn't, he was with Montrose, but he kind of grew up abusive father. He struggled. He did music, and he was enough successful, but he sometimes couldn't pay his band. He didn't have enough money, and he just kept working. And finally, I know Standing Hampton seemed like the break for him, and he built this big solo career. And then of course Van Halen and Chickenfoot and the Circle, but it's got his Cabo Wabo down there in Mexico, and just promotes a lot of other musicians and things like that. And Vince, we don't like good-looking guys, but Sammy's like 70 years old, and he looks really good. So,
oh yeah,
we're making an exception for Sammy.
I hate him. Oh, any other news?
Well, everything else kind of revolves around the World Series. I have, Vince.
All right. So it's been historic already. We're only 3 games into it. Game 1, Jays win 11-4. Snell gets hit pretty good, but the Blue Jays scored 9 runs in the 6th inning, and it's like, wow, man, that was kind of awesome.
You could hear people jumping on the Toronto bandwagon. They all ran, oh, nobody's stopping this offense. So after one game, everybody went over there. And one of the things I liked about that game was this Addison Barger came up in a pinch hitting row with bases loaded and hit the first and only, well, first, it had to be, World Series Grand Slam, pinch hit World Series Grand Slam. And
off a lefty.
yes, and he's making a name for himself later. He does another great thing and defensively. And man, what a game! And that was fun. That was fun.
Ohtani hit his sixth home run of the postseason in that first game, and Barshow, Barger, and Kirk all go deep for the Blue Jays with, as you said, Barger's home run being the pinch hit grand slam. And I was like, all right, maybe we got a series going here.
Hey.
I may have jumped the gun.
That was Barger's first grand slam of his career. You know, he's played a few years. Let's see. And this year he hit 243 with 21 home runs. So he does hit some home runs, 74 RBIs and 4 stolen bases. So he is a good player. But the first goal, a grand slam, and what a time to hit it in the first game of the World Series. That's pretty darn cool.
Did you ever hit a grand slam at any level?
No, never hit a grand slam.
This is terrible. This is terrible. I'm in, I was like 12 years old, and we had a really good team that year until we played outside of our little bubble of East Dalton and got crushed. But anyway, we had a really good team. We went undefeated in our league, and we were facing a team. They were okay, but they wasn't that good. They were probably a little bit less than a 500 team. But the bases were loaded, and I was on deck. And I had never batted with the bases loaded that I could remember. I may have, I don't remember ever having batted with the base loaded. And this kid named Brad was up the bat. And I remember the pitcher, Tim Coley. I went to school with him all through middle school and high school. Tim Coley's pitching. And he pitched sidearm. So, you know, I'm righty, he's righty. So it wasn't a good matchup, but nobody thought of that in those days.
Right.
But I remember thinking, I hope Brad makes an out so I have the bases loaded. It was so selfish of me. Brad struck out. I turned to my friend Terry and I went, yes. I go up the bat, and I wanted a grand slam so bad. And I hit a line drive over the second baseman's head that just split the right and center fielders. I mean, it was like I couldn't have thrown it out there more perfect. I didn't hit it that far, but it was just a nice line drive. And I am running around the bases, and I am sprinting as fast as I can go. I almost caught the guy in front of me. That's how fast I was running because I wanted the grand slam so bad. I got to home. I slid into home. I didn't have to slide into home because the ball was like 5 seconds later. But I slid into home, and I was jumping up and down like I just hit a game-winning home. We were probably winning like 14-4 at that point. And I remember I got back to the dugout. I'm sitting there, all my friends, yay, yay, yay. And I'm sitting there, and I look out at the mound, and Tim is just
dejected.
At the present, I thought, oh gosh, why did I do this to this guy?
See, that's a great thing about sports right there, Vince. That happened all those years ago. You remember it. You remember how you felt. You remember who was on the mound, your teammates, that kind of thing. I think that's what's so great about sports is just those memories and things like that. You still remember all that, and I know what you're talking about.
I remember it, and I'm laughing at it. But seriously, when I look back, I'm embarrassed that, I wanted Brad to strike out. I didn't want him to hit into a double play. I didn't want him to get a hit and the bases wouldn't be loaded anymore, like first and third or something. I was just like, nope, I am so selfish. I want a grand slam. And I got one, and I'm probably going to pay for it one day. But
No, congratulations. That's fantastic, man.
oh. Game two, another historic game because we had something that we have not seen in baseball in 350 years. We saw what they call a complete game.
Yeah, I've heard about those. I've never seen one.
No, wait a minute. There was a complete game in the playoffs, which was also thrown by Yamamoto. Maybe this guy was worth it.
Maybe he started out shaky, but man, he has come through when they needed him. Vince, I don't know. Do you know the last time in the postseason somebody threw back-to-back complete games? I didn't know this. I had to look. I looked it up, but I found out 2001, Kurt Schilling for the Arizona Diamondbacks. So almost a quarter of a century ago. This is the last time that's happened. Yeah.
Oh, and he throws so easy. It's it's like
Smooth.
it's so smooth.
Do you
Um,
ever watch the game and predict like, okay, if I'm batting, I'm looking for the curveball right here, and then of course he throws the split finger, and then he's got you. I mean, he's got three, I think, strike that game. He had like three strikeout pitches he used a lot, and I was trying to guess which one he was going to use, and I was right maybe 25% of the time. He just was masterful.
yeah, his splitter is probably the best in baseball right now.
Nasty,
And
nasty.
I there was a time period before, like, I think you Darvish kind of started this revival of the splitter because it wasn't thrown much for years in the major leagues. Then Darvish comes into the major leagues and he's throwing a splitter, and then things are cyclical. Um, and they say, well, the splitter puts too much stress on the elbow. So do curveballs, so do sliders, so do 102-mile-an-hour fastballs. Everything puts
Amen.
stress on the elbow now.
That is
Um,
true.
so it was a wonderful game. Um, Will Smith and Max Muncy hit home runs, and Gossman pitched good.
Yeah.
6 and 2/3 innings, only gave up 3 runs, but I mean, he Yamamoto was just
Vince, the thing I noticed about that, I think Yamamoto threw 3 innings to 42 pitches. You think, and they had him on the ropes.
that's
They
what
had
that's what I
chances. But from the fourth inning on, I think he threw 6 innings and threw 59 pitches. And just, man, he didn't play around. No walks in that game. 8 strikeouts and no walks. Only 4 hits. What are you going to do? And anytime they got him on the ropes, man, he just shut the door on them.
yeah, yep. Oh, and then in last night they decided to play a double header.
Yes,
Did you
sir.
watch that whole game?
I came in about the second inning. Me and Faith were buying our plumbing supplies. We got in about the second inning, and I watched to the 15th. And then Brody's on one couch, I'm on the other, and we dozing off. And he go, damn it. And I'd come back too, and we'd watch. I missed Freeman's home run. I didn't see that happen until afterwards, and I looked it up to see what happened. But what a game, Vince. I'm going to put this with game 6 of the 75 World Series. It's that level where it was back and forth. It was like two great boxers going at it. It had everything but a suicide squeeze and an inside the park home run, I think, in that game.
I went to bed because I had to get up early this morning. I went to bed and I don't know, 9 o'clock, seventh inning, I don't know, somewhere around there. And being I'm old, I wake up and I have to pee once a night. I got to get up and go pee. So anyway, I get up to use the bathroom, and when I do that, if I've been watching a game or something, while I'm going to the bathroom, I'll turn on my tablet and just look at the scores. And I looked at the score. Oh, okay. Well, they Dodgers won 6-5. And then I'm looking at the box score, and it's just so long. How long? 18 innings. Oh my gosh. So I Freeman hit the walk-off home run in the 18th. Some things. Alejandro Kirk hit his 5th home run of the postseason. Very good. Kike Hernandez hit a home run, and to go along with Freeman. And Shohei Ohtani was 4 for 4, was walked 5 times. He scored 3 runs, had 3 RBIs, and 2 home runs. That's how you're going to beat the Dodgers. 5 walks. Yeah, just make Freddie Freeman beat you. And I think Freeman was only like 1 for 7, 2 for 8, something like that.
Yeah, well, Betts is second in the lineup, and then it's Freeman third. And Betts had a hit here and there. I mean, he got on base too, but and Freeman as well. But there's a lot of times they rather go with face Betts and Freeman. And these are Hall of Fame players. And
Yeah.
all of a sudden, I would be, if you're the leadoff man, they're saying we're not messing with Vince, we're going to pitch to JJ. I'd be like, it kind of hurt my feelings. All right, I'm going to show you guys. And sometimes I don't know. It's just I can't believe you got Betts batting second. This lineup is so steep and good. And Vince, this game had so many what I call snapshot moments. There was an error by Edman, but then he made like these 3 defensive plays. Addison Barger threw a bullet and got Freddie Freeman at the plate. There were 6 players thrown out, either second, third, or home. 19 pitchers. Vince, what I noticed at the end of the game, there was nobody in the bullpens. The bullpens, the chairs were empty. There was empty drinking glasses everywhere. Yamamoto got up, who threw a complete game 2 days ago, and he was warming up. Max Scherzer was in the game. He started. Kershaw came in with bases loaded, 2 outs, and got out of the inning. Just so many plays. It was just back and forth, and it was just when you think 18 innings and they only scored 6-5, 19 pitchers, over 6 hours, and I loved every minute of it. Man, I just Ohtani, they walked him one time and he was going to show them and steal the base. And let me tell you, Kirk put that ball right on. The fielder didn't even have to move the glove, and he was out at second. And Ohtani's one of the best base stealers in the game. It just had everything in it. These teams are stacked and good, and Ohtani had a stiff. They had to come out and check him. His leg got stiff, and you're thinking, oh, no, he's supposed to be the game starter. He's playing 16 innings, running around the base pads, and it looks like the Cardinal may have lost Springer with an oblique injury, which he is one of the big pieces of that team.
Yeah, he wasn't starting tonight.
That hurts.
Yeah. A few things. Lauer for Toronto. I did watch, you know how you can watch a condensed game?
Yes.
You see every pitch. But
I love it.
Yeah. So I watched that this morning, and usually it takes about 15 minutes. No, it took a half an hour, and it was 3 different videos. May have been like 40 minutes, 3 different videos on YouTube. It was like, wow. But anyway, a few things. Lauer pitched 4 2/3 of shutout innings, even though he didn't pitch that great. It was like, all right. Klein pitched 4 innings of shutout ball for the Dodgers to get the win. So that was kind of cool that 2 guys who really kind of like, so they're on the team. They played big roles in that marathon game. A few factoids. This is the second 18-inning game in World Series history. You know when the first one was?
I got it written down, but I'm not looking. I'm going to say 2017?
2018.
Oh.
The Red Sox against the Dodgers. And
in LA.
Mookie Betts played in that game for the Red Sox, and now he's played in this game for the Dodgers.
Oh, that's good.
Kershaw, Muncy, and Kike Hernandez also played in that game. So you've got 4 players who have played in the 2 longest World Series games. I think that's kind of cool.
That is really cool.
And do you know the same person sang the national anthem for both games?
It's the effect he has.
Yes. Keith Urban.
Keith Urban. It's Brad Paisley.
Oh, Brad Paisley, yeah. I get them all messed up. Pretty country boys, I get.
Oh, yeah, we don't like them. They're pretty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hey, get a load of this, Vince. Well, maybe you were going to say, were you going to say any more about Brad Paisley?
I hate him.
We hate him. We hate him. Him and his stupid, ugly cowboy hat. Boy, he sung the national anthem at 4 games in the World Series history, all in LA. Every single one of them's been an extra inning affair. First one was in 2017. It was, I write so small, Houston versus LA. And Houston won that one 7-6 in 2017, 11 innings. Game 3, 2018, and that was an 18 inning affair where the Dodgers beat Boston. Game 1 of the 2024 World Series against the Yankees, where the Dodgers in LA, Dodgers won 6-3. And then last night, 4 World Series, all extra inning games. How about that?
Hey, man, getting his money's worth. So.
That's right. I do like Brad Paisley. He is good, but he is a pretty boy.
Any things besides the national anthem.
I saw some stats that really caught my eye. Ohtani, you just can't say enough about this guy. He's always being compared. Well, you set some sort of standard like, and he'll break the glass ceiling. He just keeps going, and he's supposed to be pitching tonight, but he's the second player to have 4 extra base hits in a world and he tied Frank Isabel, 1906 White Sox. He's the first to be intentionally walked 4 times in a game. And it just, man, there was so many good plays. There was a play where Vladimir Guerrero came off the bag because Bichette was trying to make one of those Jeter plays, came off and gunned down Hernandez at third. What a play. And then there was a similar play by Tommy Edman when it went off of Freeman's glove, backing him up. He slid, caught it, and threw a guy out going to third. So I was just like, my gosh, this is just incredible and baseball at its best. You're a Cub fan. I'm a Cardinal fan, but these are the 2 best teams going at it this year. So it's been great. 3 games. I can't believe we're only at 3 games. And our contest is still Larry Wildy and Chris Lodike. And Larry's got the Dodgers winning in 5, and Lodike's got them winning in 6. So hang on. We're going to have a winner here by the next week sometime.
And right now it is 0-0 in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
Ooh.
Which is weird because no one's going to hear this until like 24 hours later, and they're talking about. Yes.
Oh, that's true.
I don't know why I give updates on scores for. Anything going on with the Cardinals?
2, and these are JJ centric. They're Cardinals, but they're me centric. The first thing was, let's see, 14 years ago tonight, I won the craziest Cardinal fan contest and got tickets to Game 7 of the 2011 World Series. I knew when they said the craziest fan, I said, oh, them other people ain't got a chance. And I went up there and won it, 2 tickets right underneath Big Mac Land. Troy Lou went with me, and it was the second World Series I ever went to. The first one was Game 1 of the 82 World Series. And I tell you what, it was just electric. And my memories of that, it was Craig's catch in left field, the final out of the game. How fast they put up the stage for the celebration afterwards and awarding the trophies for the team and the MVP. And they brought the car out. That I think the MVP gets a car. And I felt bad for Nolan Ryan. We were playing the Rangers, and anytime the Cardinals had a big moment, they'd show Nolan Ryan in a coat sitting out in the crowd, and they'd put the camera right on him. And I'm like, that ain't fair to Nolan Ryan. I think he was the president of the Rangers at the time, and it just wasn't fair. I felt bad for Nolan Ryan that game. I really did, because I love Nolan. But that's where I was. I can't believe it was 14 years ago we were at that game.
Now, isn't that the World Series that the Cardinals cheated in?
Did we cheat? I don't think we did. No,
I just like being juvenile every now and then. My juvenile pettiness. Oh, they cheated.
Well, I thought there was a story like Don Dinkinger or Kenny Rogers with the tar on his hand or something. I thought maybe it was something like that.
I remember when the Cardinals put tar on Kenny Rogers' hand. I remember
we held him down.
Stuck that tar on him. I've gone there.
Now get out there, Kenny.
Cheater.
So, when we won it, you could see the noise. It was like there was like an echo effect in the air, and people you don't even know, you're hugging and high-fiving, uh and even out in the streets, people are honking cars. It was just a weird situation, where all these people came together, and it was really game seven. I may never get to see that again. Be at a World Series game seven where you win the world championship in your own city. That may never happen in my lifetime. So that was a real special moment. The other thing was I went down to a Boys Dream Hobby Shop on Saturday, and Lance Lynn was down there. When it was my turn to go in there, he walked over to me, and Vince, he's like 6'5". For some reason, I think me and you we're like normal sized people. And then you see Lance Lynn, and I said, "Good Lord, Lance, you're tall." And he goes, "Well, how short did you think I was?" And I said, "Well, I thought you were like us humans, like our size." And he laughed. He said, "Come on." And I sit down, and we're talking, and I said, "Hey, I like your pod." I was trying to get him to do a promo. That was my whole thing. So I said, and I got let in with, I said, "Hey, I love your podcast," because him, Matt Holliday, and Kyle Gibson, and Jimmy the Cat do a podcast on baseball every week. And I said, "I love your podcast," because I just do it so I can give Jimmy the Cat hell. I said, "Yeah." And I said, "I don't want to brag. Don't want to brag. I know you have like 20,000 listeners a week, but I got a podcast too. And we get about 450 people a week listen and watch." And he goes, "Oh, very good, very good." And if he had just came a little closer, I said, "Would you cut a promo for us?" But he just kind of didn't go any further on that. So I didn't. But what a nice guy. And I was kind of a little worried because, he on the mound, he seemed so like Max Scherzer, like angry and vocal and everything. But it looks like he's lost some weight. He looks great. Nicest guy. He thanked me for coming out. I said, "Man, nice to meet you." And I didn't feel like it was just, okay, go on. He was very nice fella. I got 3 cards signed by him, and I'll share that right now. I got a White Sox card, and I like that picture of him there. Uh, this is the last year's Lance Lynn card. Love that. And then I got an older one. He said, "Man, I was young back then." And there he is, kind of before his beard, just a little. It's got the Jerry Lawler thing going on right there. So I got those 3. I got a ball signed by him, which I'm very proud of. And it's a special one. It's got the Lou on it. It's got a bird on each side. And then he signed it right there, number 31, Lance Lynn. And I'm very, very proud of that. And it was an honor meeting him. It's great to meet your heroes, and you couldn't have expected it to go any better. And I just was real tickled to death. And they do a really good thing down there. And if you missed it, you can still go down there or go online, and they have like jerseys, pictures, balls, cards, you name it. They got stuff. It's authenticated. I got the ball, my picture. I have the 2011 World Series. I have 4 Cardinals that signed it now. Lance signed it right above where he was in the scrum at the end of the game. And, that 2011 game 7, Vince, that's the last time Tony La Russa was the Cardinal manager. That's the last game that Pujols played for a while. He went down to Angels and then out to Dodgers, came back for this final year here. So that was a big turning point in Cardinal history and our last world championship. So, and that's pretty cool. I like that piece. I'm working on it. I got 4 of the guys from the roster to sign it so far. So that's my little project I got going. And Vince, really, besides that, it's just rumors. You go on the internet, you hear like, "Oh, the Yankees want to give 5 guys for Arenado," or you hear this or that. You can't believe a word of it. Anything can happen. So I think maybe we'll hear more from the Cardinals and roster build up and everything once the World Series is over. So that's kind of it from Cardinal land.
Well, there's a little coming out with the Cubs. They are very credible reports that they are targeting Dylan Cease for free agency. And I know he had a 4.5 ERA this year, but he still struck out like 12 for every 9 innings. Maybe he's up closer to 13. He had very good strikeout numbers. And he's familiar with the organization because he came up through the organization. We traded him away. but he would be a perfect fit at the top of our rotation because we just don't have the swing and miss guys. But let's say we bring him in, um, we Cease, um, Boyd, Horton, Tyone, um, Justin Still's going to be back sometime, who was our number one. Imanaga, he's got an option, so we may not bring him back. And then we still have Assad. We still have Colin Ray. We will probably sign Ray because I'm sure, he did such a great job for us. We don't want to let him go. We still have Ben Brown, who I think still has potential. We have a lot of options for starters, and if we bring him at the top of that rotation, we could have a rotation when Steele's back, and you never know how they're going to come back pitching after surgery, but he, and I'll take Imanaga out of this equation at this time because I don't think that we're going to exercise the option. We would have Cease, we would have Horton, we would have Boyd, we would have Steele, we would have Tyone, and then we have others to fill in. One of the issues we had this year was that uh, Boyd pitched a lot, and he hadn't pitched much for a few years because of injuries, and he got a little tired there at the end. Um, this would give us some options of like maybe skipping him a few times in the rotation, let him get some extra rest. Uh, but Cease has never been injured. He goes out and he starts his 32 games. He throws a lot of innings, 180 to 200 innings. He strikes out over 200. I think he would be perfect at the top of our lineup or at the top of our staff. And there are pitchers now who want to pitch in Wrigley because the last 2 years the wind's been blowing in and nobody can hit the ball out of Wrigley. Well, Michael Busch can, but other than that, everybody else has had a hard time. I think that's why Bellinger didn't really have much of an interest in staying. I think that's why I don't think Tucker has an interest in staying too. Hitters are not wanting to play where the ball gets blown back, and I mean that's just a reality that we have to face. This isn't the Chicago of Sammy
70s.
Sosa years. This is Chicago now, where for some reason, even in the warm weather months when the ball used to be blowing out, the wind's still blowing in. So I don't know. One year I thought it was a fluke, but when it's happened 2 years in a row, I'm thinking maybe I don't know, something's happening now.
Well, that move would scare the crap out of me as a Cardinal fan because I always thought the Reds and the Pirates had these young pitchers, and of course, we don't have that kind of pitching that they have. But you guys, if you had him, good Lord, and you can never have enough pitching. And Ray's just a perfect guy to fill in and give a guy a break or maybe a long reliever if you needed him to do that. But that would be great. And what pitcher wouldn't want to come to Chicago? They've got one of the best defenses. So not only you're a strikeout pitcher, but you got that incredible defense behind you. That would be a perfect fit. But as a Cardinal fan, I'm not too crazy about the idea of him coming to Chicago.
Yeah, I didn't even mention Jordan Wicks has started for us in the past.
Oh, that's
Caleb
right.
Killian has started for us in the past. We do have a lot of options with arms with big league experience who've had some success. So I let Imanaga go. I think if we pick up his option, we're on the hook for another 3 years. It's a weird contract. So,
Okay.
and he didn't pitch that well last year, the second half, especially. So, he was giving up big home runs when he shouldn't have. But anyway,
When we started talking about doing this podcast, I remember you saying the Cubs have got loaded in the minors, that we have this coaching philosophy, a school of pitching or something. I remember you saying that. And I really think now it's all coming, it's blossoming. These young pitchers that you were talking about, hey, they're coming. They're all starting to arrive with a few added pieces. And man, next year could be the Cubs' year.
yeah, it could be. And with the looming lockout
I know.
for 2027. I think you got to go in all year this year, all in this year.
Yeah.
Go over the luxury tax a little bit if necessary to get both Schwarber and Cease in here because our window is open now.
Yeah. Oh, Schwarber. Oh my gosh.
He could hit the ball out too. So.
Now he can't hit the ball out. That is true.
Uh, Cade Horton won the Sporting News Rookie of the Year. That is not the Major League award, but it is a big deal that he won the Rookie of the Year for the Sporting News. So hopefully that'll carry over into the uh, voting for the Major League season. 11-4, 2.5 ERA, and
My God.
out of nowhere. Well, then we all knew he was good. We did not know his arm was going to hold up this long, but good job, Cade. We talked about the Silver Slugger finalist and the Fielder's Bible, so that's all I got Cub news. So,
All right.
all right. Well, you know who may have a little bit more Cub news than me? Cardinal
He's
news.
always got a lot of news. Jeremy Connor, perhaps?
Jeremy Connor. All right. Comes a time in every man's life when he needs some advice on relationships. You need to listen to the podcast DMDR, which stands for Dating, Marriage, Divorce, Remarriage, from my good friend Jeremy Connor, the Dr. Phil of the Boot Hill. You can find DMDR on Spotify or whatever platform you choose to listen to your podcast. We were going to do a segment, and that has fallen through, which is okay because that means that me and JJ can leave a little early and watch the World Series. But we do have to open up baseball cards.
Oh, yes.
JJ,
Yeah.
I've got Fleer 1991.
Ooh, I'm a little newer than those. I got 2021 Heritage. Ooh.
30
Yeah.
years different.
Yeah, Leroy Neiman kind of looked to the front of the pack. Yeah.
Bad Leroy Neiman. No, wait a minute. Different song.
Well, I'm going to guess on yours 2 Hall of Famers.
All right, I will agree with you. I'm going to say 2 Hall of Famers.
All right, we're in agreement. All right.
5 for 1. The Phillies traded 5 players to Cleveland for Von Hayes.
I remember that day. Yes.
Like
Von Hayes.
Brooks Jacoby. It was can't remember all the people that they traded.
Yeah.
And he never
John Denny might have been one of the guys. John Denny, because he went over to the Cleveland from Philadelphia.
He had 21 home runs one year and 26 another year. He just never was that great.
Yeah.
Very good defensive outfielder for the Rangers, Gary Pettis.
Yes, very good. Fast.
I think it was his nephew, Austin Pettis, that played for the Rams.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think there was a
connection.
Oh, very good pitcher for the Braves. Also pitched for the Royals, Charlie Liebrandt.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Professional, knew how to pitch.
Yeah. Very good pitcher. Former closer for the Indians, now Guardians, Mr. Doug Jones.
Yeah. He always looked cranky too, but man, he got the job done.
Oh, look at the picture on the back. You think cranky. Look at that.
It's like the taste out of your mouth.
Oh, my goodness. Royals first baseman, but he's better known as a Marlin, Jeff Conine. Conine the Barbarian.
Oh, yeah.
And his son plays for Florida.
That's right.
Miami or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Former White Sox infielder, Craig Graybeck.
I remember him. Not a whole lot, but I remember him.
Red Sox pitcher, Greg Harris.
Yeah, I remember the name, but couldn't tell you anything about him.
Ooh, former Cub outfielder. He came in second for Rookie of the Year in 1989 to his teammate, Jerome Walton, White Smith.
That's right. Yeah, I thought them two were going to be the outfielders for years to come.
Hall of Famer. I don't know if you've heard of this guy. Ozzy Osbourne. Check him out at Deer.
Ah, yeah, Crazy Train.
And
There
at
he
Deer
is, the
Road.
wizard himself.
Pirate shortstop, Carlos Garcia.
Okay.
Oh, one of my favorite all-time Cardinals. Love this guy. Underrated, Ray Langford.
Oh, I agree with you. Love. Nice man, too. Got to meet him as well.
Uh, Blue Jays pitcher, John Cerruti.
Don't know him.
Uh, About a 500 pitcher. Oh, one year he was 11-4.
I'll take that.
Dodger
Horton.
second baseman, also played for the Phillies, Juan Samuel.
Oh, yes. I think he got 50 stolen bases one year. I remember him being a really good base stealer.
He had 72 one year, 53
Woo.
the next year. Yeah, he could steal some bases.
Oh, yeah.
Also played for the Mets. And pitchers for the Padre, Dennis Rasmussen.
I remember him.
Not quite Harry. Don't call me Harry. I'm changing it to
Flash.
Eric Rasmussen.
That's right. I remember that.
And I got some team logo stickers. I have the Orioles, the Red Sox, the Reds, and the Astros.
Oh, yeah. Classic. Love that
That
Astro.
all right. 1991, we got a top 10 on the back. 1991 in the American League. Who do you think won the batting title?
In
No, wait.
90.
Sorry. Um, in 1991, who was the career leader for the Reds or for the Red Sox in hitting, batting average wise?
Oh, batting average wise, like, but all time history or
Yeah.
just that year? Oh,
Yeah.
Tris Speaker, maybe? Or was it
No.
Ted Williams?
No.
Oh, all
At
time.
this point, oh, wait a minute. All right. This is the top batting averages. Uh, I don't know what this is. It's got Wade Boggs at
Oh,
352.
oh yeah,
That's
Wade,
his all
man.
time. Wade Boggs at this time had the all-time batting
Oh,
average leader for the Red Sox. He only played like 5 or 6 years at that point at 352. Uh, Ted Williams has the most home runs with 521. Smokey Joe Wood has the lifetime ERA for the Red Sox with 1.99 and wins. Says Young. I guess that's Cy Young,
oh yeah.
193. So I didn't know he played for them.
He played everywhere. He was a Cardinal for a short time too. 1 year, I think.
Really? Did not know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
So,
because it'll say in the media guide, it'll say Cardinals are in the Hall of Fame, and it says Cy Young, and I was like, well, 1 year, we'll take it, but yeah, technically, he would.
all
He played
right.
it.
Well, let's see your cards. 30 years
All
into
right.
the future.
Yes, these are these heritage cards are look like the 19 I think it's 71. So here it's almost like the Jackson 5 emblem when they had their cartoon. It's Adam Hawsley of the Phillies right there. But I love those cards. Very bright, Technicolor kind of thing there. That's when I have cards. I counted all my cards I have signed. I have 1,103 autographed cards. And what I like about them, I have them all the way back to tobacco cards signed. Probably not the smartest thing, but I like watching the evolution of the cards as time goes by, especially photography has changed the whole game. But here's a nice one. Again, these are today's players in these 1971 style. But Jackie Bradley Jr. with the Red Sox right there.
Yeah.
I like that bat on his shoulder, looking good right there. Good smile. Very nice card. Oh, here we go. For all you Cub fans out there, this is a nice one. Of course, this is 2021. John Lester.
Oh, Johnny.
Yeah. The one thing that surprised me about him, isn't he the guy that didn't have a pickoff move to first? He was not very good at throwing the ball to first when the runner was on there.
Had the yips.
But he was a great pitcher. But yeah, that was just one thing. Oh, just like in the 71, they had these things called in action where they had like an action photo, and they did it with Justin Verlander right there.
Oh,
Showing
nice.
off for his lady. There. 2020 American League ERA leaders, and in 2020 it was Shane Bieber, Dallas. I can't say his name.
Michael.
Geichel, and Chris Bassett of the A's, and there's the ERA leader card right there. I like those right there. Sometimes if you can't afford a real nice card of a player, you can get a league leader with them on it. That's kind of cool. I got Koufax and Drysdale in ERA one year. Thought that was really cool. Billy Scott Kingery, right there with the bat on the shoulder. And ex-Cardinal. We traded him over to the Yankees. Luke Voigt. Big Luke
Oh,
Voigt.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
there he is. It's doing a magic trick.
JJ disappear again. That was so cool when you did that.
Well, now I can't. Now, there he is. Oh,
no, your whole body disappeared at one time.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
well, I
like,
can't.
oh, cool.
I can't control it. I'm a mutant that can't control his powers. So that's it for me with these heritage cards. But I love when they take today's player and put them in a classic year, and they have a whole set of those like that. And every once in a while, they have like an odd card that's worth a lot of money in them. I don't really collect for the money, but if somebody wanted to give me it, this year, me and Brody are collecting JJ Weatherholtz. We're going to card shows and we're trading and getting JJ Weatherholtz together just in case. You never know if he comes the player we hope he will be. Those cards could jump. It's like playing the stock market, kind of, So you buy, 20 to 50 of them and just set on them for 3 or 4 years. We got some bunch of Paul Skeens that are really climbing up. And if he wins a Cy Young this year, it'll even bounce it up a little bit more.
If you ever find a BB Richards, buy it for me.
I will. You know what? I'm going to write that down. I'm going to make
dime out of your money, but
no. Let me tell you, the BB Richards, I could put you together a nice little 3-card thing of BB for probably $5. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, it ain't fair. It ain't fair.
It ain't fair. All right. Well, JJ, I think I'm going to go watch the baseball game.
Oh, you know it.
It is 2-1 now, going into the bottom of the third. The Blue Jays are ahead. So,
all right, go Blue Jays. I want this to go 7. I want it to go 7. This will be fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, take it easy. We'll see you next week, and we'll have a new world champ. Maybe.
That's right.